Pinterest is a virtual pinboard that allows users to collect, curate, and share content they find online or upload themselves. Its interface and the way it's used are reminiscent of a bulletin board or a scrapbook, a microcosm of each user's interests, ideas, and inspirations. Users simply register with Pinterest and then install a Pin It button on their web browser. Whenever they come across something of interest online, they press the Pin It button, and the craft, recipe, photograph, quote, or exercise routine, to name a few, is instantly pinned to their pinboard. Their followers can see those pins and then repin them to their own boards. The concept is as simple as pushing a button. This Pinterest potpourri is quickly becoming a popular social network with huge commerce capabilities.
Before we dive into what opportunities Pinterest can have in terms of profitability, let's take a look at where Pinterest is now. As you might have already known, Pinterest is not making any profit, but unfortunately, they are supported by entrepreneurs, investors, and venture capitalists to keep it afloat. This is not a bad idea because Pinterest and their investors alike both want to make the site grow. Their priority is not in terms of revenue, but more growth in terms of web traffic, brand recognition, marketing, and their infrastructure. However, Pinterest, as they state on their official website, is now officially looking for ideas and ways to make Pinterest profitable while still keeping their fundamentals of their website unchanged. They already started experimenting with the use of promoted pins for use for both users and companies alike, and we will see how it works in the future. Going on to this use of promoted pins, it does create a variety of opportunities for profit. First, by using this, they can try a fee for transaction revenue model. For example, Pinterest users and companies alike can sell their products to interested buyers through the promotions of products images on Pinterest. If the buyer is referred from the Pinterest click and web traffic, then the Pinterest can gain commission from revenue from a modest percentage of the sale. The commission percentage amount will depend on the foreseeable marketable demand. Another alternative to take advantage of promoted pins is through a subscription-based service. As Pinterest is gaining data from users on their interests, habits, and other information from their activities on Pinterest, they can use that analytical data and segment it accordingly to have an effective advertising infrastructure. With this, Pinterest can give access to this advertising infrastructure to companies that want to advertise their products through Pinterest promoted pins with a subscription fee in which companies will be able to advertise their products more effectively. The subscription fee will be fixed price per customer, contrary to the fee for a transaction model. Finally, a third way for Pinterest to make profit is through direct purchase of products from Pinterest. Pinterest photos will be used to display products that can be purchased, and the delivery will be fulfilled by the selling company, with a small commission fee going to Pinterest.
Changes that Pinterest will likely go through in the next year. Pinterest has gone through some important changes this year. One of the most important has been their try at sponsored pins, which signals the first sign of them trying to get revenue. In the next year, we can expect Pinterest to continue along this path in an effort to make a profit, and finally will justify the $3.8 billion valuation. The monetization model seems promising. One of the potential answers include developing a new advertising scheme that resembles a revenue share, where it gets paid dollars when its ads lead directly to people buying items. You might be thinking that these ads might push people away or be annoying to users, but Pinterest CEO Ben Silverman assures us that they will be tasteful, transparent, relevant, and based on feedback. Just to give you an example of how much profit Pinterest could make, this past Cyber Monday, Pinterest tripled the revenue sent to retailers, according to reports by analytics provider Picora. This proves that pinners are looking to buy. They're not just pinning for the sake of pinning. Companies who had optimized their websites for pinning with Pin It buttons benefited the most, and the higher the share of pins they offered, the larger their Pinterest catalogs, thus the more clicks. And apparently, the more revenue is a result. This year, we can expect to see companies significantly expand their Pinterest catalogs, with pins that lead back to their product page and to optimize their websites for pins. Pinterest presence will grow significantly around the web. Another change that we're likely to see for Pinterest in the next 12 months is their first IPO. Will they go public? Pinterest released their first API, or programming interface for developers, 2 months ago. With early adopters of their API being big companies like Walt Disney, Walmart, Nestle, Zappos, and Random House, they've got experts thinking that it's a big first step towards a public offering. A new API, the growing commerce capabilities I mentioned before, and the inevitable move towards advertising all make for a perfect equation for them going public this year. Lastly, we can see Pinterest expand globally this year. Last month, they successfully launched its Japanese Pinterest, and they plan to aggressively expand to 9 more countries by the end of 2014, including the UK, France, and Italy.